A wisecracking boiler technician teaches high school students to believe in their dreams. Girl wakes up to a stranger on top of her in bed, but it's cool cause he's hot. Boy spends 7 years being a third wheel. Rich kid leaves home due to abusive uncle. Gets adopted by nihilistic gay couple. A teenage girl marries a foot fetishist to escape her abusive family. Skinny kid makes a black friend, father doesn't approve. Stylish black guy shows nerd how to spend less time online and get a girlfriend. Man is forced to participate in the rescue of a hostage by the government that has turned his residence into a refugee camp. Older sister ruins younger sister's chances of appearing on television. Man's midlife crisis endangers his family and entire city. An overweight loner with poor hygiene and social skills goes on a quest to get rid of the minorities invading his homeland. Girl would rather let her boyfriend die than share a piece of wood. Helpful man teaches ladies how to properly use skincare products. Girl gets engaged to the first guy she meets but then falls for another guy she meets later that day. Depressed wizard comes out of retirement to pull a prank on his nephew. Hot man ignored. A gorgeous queen that looks exactly like Charlize Theron is so mentally ill that a mirror tricks her into believing that Kristen Stewart is prettier than her. A group of school teachers take their new friend to beat up a Holocaust survivor and his buddies. Unpopular kids beat up a starving homeless clown. A beautiful princess gets catfished. A scientist travels to the other part of his daughter's bedroom. King kills his cousin so that he can steal his idea and get the credit for it. A mystical toad teaches people how to whack each other with neon tubes. An interracial couple is chased by a bleep man and his burning cross. Spoiled brat gets left home on purpose and parents did not have child services come for a visit. A conversation about hamburgers leads to violence. Classic guy meets girl, guy loses girl, reunite and live happily ever after. A cowboy and his dog and 2 teens blow up their asthmatic father's office. Driver wrecks Ford. Everyone tries to keep a single dad from snapping. 2 boys build stuff while their pet bullies a pharmacist. Extremely rich people didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition. A story of how a ghost teaches kids to save power. 2 grown men abduct a child and run away from the government. 2 robots go to a drug dealer's mansion to help steal his wall art and blow up his yacht. A quiet, seemingly harmless teacher manipulates and grooms a 6-year-old witch to help her get promoted and steal a house from a relative. A lot of gays fight over a bit of jewelry. A tree, a rabbit and a pirate angel spend 2 hours building an axe in space. Awkward girl gets makeover and goes on a reality TV show. Transformers, but it's good. Billionaire devotes time and money to cosplay. You have to drastically change your looks and shut up to get the man of your dreams. Man grows potatoes. An hour and a half of watching people sleep. Guy lets his planet get destroyed because he doesn't want his sister living there. A man in makeup trolls a city to annoy a billionaire. Woman bleeps woman for a pair of sparkly shoes. Girl develops Stockholm Syndrome while being kidnapped in a castle. Man plays virtual reality Smurf game. A bald guy teams up with another bald guy to fight another bald guy. The epic story about how one family's drama continually screws up an entire galaxy. After losing his father, a young boy joins a hippie group and becomes a vegan. Adorable trash can and flower pot force fat people to walk. Talking frog convinces son to bleep his dad. Americans finally bother to learn a foreign language. Rich girl lets poor man freeze to death. Guy uses his white privilege to become a crime-fighting vigilante and it's offensive. Deadbeat dad tries to get his son to take over the family business. Invite your friends to art museums, otherwise they'll drown. Professor Snape has an unhealthy obsession for Darth Vader and is beaten by a girl who sold trash. She gone bro. Boy runs away from home, joins a gang, then gets beat up by a girl who collects trash. She started wearing less and going out more. Immigrant adoptee is repatriated to country of birth, experiences culture shock and prejudice. A young man forcefully binds other men and photographs them for money. Talking bacon. A dad has to go pick up his daughter. Cultural appropriation in space. Priest kidnaps child for cult and eventual marriage to politician twice his age. Divorced man discovers he is trans. Loses custody of children. An alcoholic orphan and his boss burn down his family home. Emo teen can't live up to grandfather's legacy. Takes it out on dad. After the death of her parents, a young socialite causes millions in property damage. Perfectly pleasant society turns into chaos by the introduction of a female. Depressed office worker joins a cult and destabilizes the government. Small town doctor brings three people closer together. Old man obsessively stalks teenage girl. Friend zoned for 3 decades, girl finally likes him, she dies. Illegal immigrant chased by the feds. Billionaire devotes his fortune to cosplay and beating up the mentally ill. Woman abandons all her standards to win back a bleepy teenager with greasy hair. Bullied kid with birth defect proves people are only nice to you when they need something. Cancer survivor never loses his sense of humor. Public transportation running ahead of schedule for once. Billions of dollars in subsidies for a potato farmer. Father reunites with his long-lost son, wants him to take over the family business. Depressed, widowed father teams up with a mentally challenged woman to find his disabled son. Young girl with mental illness talks to furniture and marries her kidnapper. Paranoid billionaire afraid of immigrant. Mentally unstable billionaire wants to make home great again, is criticized by clowns. A family's first Airbnb experience goes very wrong. Girl has to pretend to be a man to be taken seriously. People drink coffee for 10 years. A guy learns to love a girl without her Instagram filters. Kid comes out of the closet. Noseless guy has an unhealthy obsession with a teenage boy. Donald Trump is a human being for 3 seconds. A guy that's alone in the forest kisses a bleep body while 7 other guys watch. Drug-addicted girl takes advantage of mentally challenged boy, for 3 decades. Group spends 9 hours returning jewelry. Everyone tries the ice bucket challenge. Stockholm Syndrome works. Leonardo DiCaprio wanders a frozen wasteland in search of an Oscar. Mentally feeble man meets Elvis, and that's somehow the least memorable event in his life.